Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video. We're doing something a little different. We are gonna take care of a little problem that I have around my island. I have been hoarding money trees on my island, and we've been doing a lot of moving things around. And just for fun, I wanted to go see what Isabelle thought of my island. And I thought that because I'd removed a bunch of fencing and, things have been kind of lying around, that she was going to tell me that I'm missing fences or I have a lot of stuff laying around everywhere, but that's not the case. Miss Isabelle informed me that I have way too many trees on my island. And so today we are going to take care of my little tree problem. So what I've done is basically just planted every single money tree that I've been given or that I've found or that I've grown. So I just don't chop them down. So I'm just kind of walking around showing you where all my problem areas are. And I thought it'd be really fun too, just to kind of see how many money trees I actually have on my island, and also just how much money I've had lying around my island. So for the most part, just for context, I do typically plant the 10,000 bells every time. There are a few that I've accidentally not paid attention to and planted only the 1,000 bells. But yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna start running around chopping down trees and, gathering some wood, which is great. I need to have more pieces of wood for my collection as well. So I think that this will kind of serve two purposes. One, obviously collecting resources, and the other is collecting all this money that I've just had around my island. And it's going to come in handy since we have been doing a lot of terraforming and moving buildings around, building new stairs and bridges and things like that. So this is all really great. It's a great way for me to replenish my bank account and, clean my island up a little bit. I know that I have kind of a problem with collecting the living items on my island. As you can see all around me, I have lots of flowers and I have lots of trees, and Isabelle's not wrong. She's not wrong that I have too many trees on my island. I was just very surprised to hear her say that I had too many, and that was the last thing I was expecting her to say, especially since I have been moving stuff around, and as you can see, I have a pile of DIYs just thrown about. I have come a long way since having a coveted 5-star island, but ever since I started doing a lot of my island updates, things have just kind of gone by the wayside right now. I feel like we're in a construction mode around the island, so I'm not too worried about star levels right now. I'm not too worried about having the Lily of the Valleys every week pop up on my island. That's kind of most of my problem, right? Like too many trees and too many plants and too many everythings all around. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for plants, and, not only in Animal Crossing life, but in real life too. So one of the things that I really liked about doing this video, besides collecting and cleaning up and all of that, was the fact that I'm kind of running around my island just with an axe. I feel like I'm kind of in a horror film, just running around wielding an axe all around my island. And I'm sure if my villagers saw me, they're probably like, what is wrong with that crazy girl just running around with an axe today? Probably never seen her with an axe, and that's pretty true. I typically don't chop my trees down. If I do need more resources, I will just go to one of the islands and collect trees there, and I leave my trees alone. Throughout our collection of the money bags, I tried really hard to not lose any based off of them falling where plants would be or furniture. But unfortunately, I think if I remember correctly, I think I lost maybe like 2 money bags, so not that bad. So that kind of throws off my grand total there. But again, it's just really nice to clear this up. I'm also going to be moving all of these fruit trees to other areas of my island now that I'm going to have more room for trees besides just having money trees. Oh, and we lost an axe. That was bound to happen, but I do have an extra. I came prepared today. But yeah, like I said, I have more room now for my fruit trees just to decorate with, and that's more or less how my fruit trees have kind of gone. I do have one area that's my orchard. I think that having an orchard is really nice, especially if I am a little strapped for bells. I can always go to my orchard. But as you can see just here, wherever there was a glowing spot is typically just where my trees grew. So this area here was specifically my hybrid garden where I would try to hybrid roses, specifically this side. And it just got taken over by trees, and this whole area has been pretty unusable to me for a really long time just because of all the trees being in the way. So it'll be really nice to have this space available to me to get back to the road to the blue roses. How many of you guys have blue roses? How did you get them? Because I have been trying for a really long time to get those blue roses, and I've still yet to have any. I do have green mums, and pretty much all of my hybrids I've gotten by accident. The green mums, I had nothing to do with that. I was walking by my mum's one day and I saw a green one and I got so excited that I dug it up and put it over here in my hybrid garden so it could spawn itself. And if you didn't know that, if you have a hybrid and you take it and stick it in a plot of dirt by itself, it will just clone itself and you'll get more of that hybrid. So I do have a nice little collection of green mums. I've been decorating around my lake cafe with them. So that's nice to have. And again, just waiting for the day those blue roses pop up. It'll be one of those things where it'll be a complete accident and I will have had nothing to do with it at all. But that's just kind of how gardening for me in Animal Crossing goes. Alrighty, so now we are going to make our way down to what used to be my mushroom trail or my mushroom forest that I had made probably about a month ago. I had this hope that the money trees would act as hardwood trees and that my mushrooms would grow through here. And this is really why I wanted to do this on my channel in the first place, or at least record what I'm doing, because essentially this was all money trees and now I'm gonna chop them all down. And knowing that I had it on video and had it being created, that it lives somewhere that I can go back and see it, makes it easier for me to do something like this. So this is really why I encourage people to record their islands and record their process. So another thing that makes this a little less bittersweet is all of those fruit trees that didn't really have a place before and they're just stuck here, there, and everywhere, now have a place to go. Once I am done chopping all these trees down and removing the stumps, which I do later, I will be filling this in with fruit trees. So it'll be a little fruit grove, not necessarily like an orchard. well, maybe like an orchard. It's very free form, and I leave all the stumps here just so that I know placement. I very much like where all the trees are here, and I leave all the stumps everywhere just so that I know exactly where my fruit trees are going to go when I come back to replant this whole area, because I really much love how this looks. And as you can see, my total keeps going higher and higher and higher. So that's really exciting to see. We're at 900,000 bells. So just that much has just been sitting around on my island. And I really don't even remember when I stopped chopping my money trees down. You know, you would think you get like a glowing spot every day, and for the most part, once I see a glowing spot, I usually participate in it. Why wouldn't you? It's a good way to invest your bells. If you have 10,000 extra bells that day to invest, and then you get essentially 20,000 more bells back. So it's a really good way to get that compound interest and, you know, fund your bridges and your inclines and your home expansions. So yeah, I'm super excited. And as you can see, I've gotten to a point where I had too many bells in my pocket. So I had to unload over here just for now, because it's getting to be a lot. And I wanted to keep everything for a grand total here at the end, so we can go over some metrics and see just how much we had and all that good stuff. So this is the last tree of this area. So yeah, all done, and this is all the bells. And then I did find one straggler tree out over here. This is near my lakeside cafe. I still have other money trees that just haven't matured yet, and I think going forward I'm going to be cutting those down. All right, well, that was that. That was all the cutting and the chopping. We cut down a total of 40 trees, and we got 1,220,000 bells from that. So that was really exciting. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked this video, if this was fun for you. This was super fun for me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!